A very long time ago, in a city very far removed from the city where you are living, a very small baby was born under what most would term adverse conditions. Not much apparent pre-paving had been done, and things sort of came together at the last moment, and this infant was born, as the story goes, in a stable. From our perspective, it did not matter the conditions of the birth, the physical surroundings, or even the attitudes of those who surrounded. For from our perspective, we knew that at the time of that emergence, that what was taking place upon the earth was the beginning of a time of enlightenment, because, let us correct that, a continuing of the time of enlightenment, because energy came forth, very powerfully focused energy, in the form of this small baby, with the intent of speaking words in a culture that were unusual, words that were out of the mainstream, words that were of a much bolder nature, words that were so bold, in fact, that it was known by the one who had chosen to come forth to speak it that the words would most likely be resisted by the majority. Words that were so far beyond what the world that was about to hear them was ready to hear, that they might even feel threatened by them, even to the point of maybe wanting to eradicate the source of these words from the earth. But that did not bring any form of discouragement forth from this one, for he had been through it time and time again. He is teacher to the very core, and knew that coming forth and being that which he is and speaking it as clearly as he is able could only be of benefit to himself and that those who would benefit from it. And so he began by expressing there is only one law, and that is law of attraction. His words were a little different in those days than you are hearing them in these days, because there were different sets of ears and different sets of beliefs that were hearing, you see. But it was the offering coming forth from broader non-physical perspective with the intent to assist those who were living upon the earth at that time in understanding that it does not have to be hard, that there is that which is brighter, that is available to all. That story has been told and has been as powerfully offered on many occasions, not just through the little one that grew into the man that was revered as Jesus Christ. It is an ongoing offering from those of non-physical who are understanding from broader perspective the reason for physical experience. The story has taken on many different sounds and has been told in many different ways because there are many different ears that are hearing it. Most of the ears hear it not in its purity or clarity at all. In fact, most of them have missed a very basic point and have actually come together warring against others who are telling the story in a slightly different way. We are those who come forth offering a continuation of that story, with all of the same reasons that it was originally offered by, not originally, but as it was offered by the one that you know as Jesus Christ. And here is the story that we would like you to hear and to impart to all those who you feel are ready for it. As physical beings who share this earth plane, we are blessed, which means we are worthy and revered as good. And we are being offered, or more correctly stated, we have chosen this glorious place at this time in order to express our beingness for these reasons. Because it feels very good to be physical. And because we can see things more clearly through physical eyes. And because there are others who are here who are seeking the clarity of our vision. We are here upon this earth in this time because it is our wanting to be. We are not being tested. We are not here to prove. We are here to be. And it is our desire to be joyful. In this physical realm, there is that which feels good and that which does not. And it is thus unto all of the universe. And each of us have the choice, the absolute freedom, to look for that which is of uplifting nature or that which is of the opposite. And there is no one in all of the universe who has the power to do for us that selecting. It is our choice. It is a choice that we make not once in a lifetime, not once in a day, but hundreds of times in every day. And it is the combination of those choices that equals the life experience that we live. As we experience together, we are more than that which any of us could experience individually. And that's why we've chosen this glorious time of interacting together. This time that surrounds the celebration of the birth of one who understood all of these things way before the world was ready for it, is, from my perspective, you may say, a time of celebrating life, a time of celebrating our eternalness, and a time of recognizing that our value, our power, is always right here in our now. To look back to yesterday is of no value, but to give our full attention to where we are and who we are now, doing our very best in our choosing of topics to think about and speak about, to choose those topics that are uplifting unto us. For as the one that you know as Jesus Christ said, the kingdom of heaven, or that place of pure, positive ecstasy, exists within. It is not outside, it is not someplace else. It comes forth from within as we look for that which we are wanting to see. The world does not have to understand or believe or live these things in order for it to be our experience. But if we do not allow it to be our experience, then they have not an example to stimulate their wanting or their believing, you see. Now, our story lacks a little luster, doesn't it? There's something about tragedy and trauma and pain and suffering that gets attention. And so let's see if we can't beef it up a little bit here.
7 minutes.
There are two motivators that motivate all of us, you may say to them. One is being so clearly focused upon what is wanted that you become passionate about it, and in your passion for it, it seems that you can move heaven and earth as you move toward it. And then there is the other motivator, that is the sting or the pain of lack, which tends to motivate most of us. I've decided to leave the sting or the pain of lack behind and give my full attention to the positive aspects of what I'm living. And so I have decided, as I look within what I am living, or with what I am reading, or within anything that I'm interacting with, I have decided to look for the positive aspects of it, that which is most uplifting to me. And so as I look into that which is commonly known as the story of Christ, these are the points that I remember. These are the points that I give my greatest emphasis to. There was one day come unto this glorious land a baby that came forth into physical experience saying, yes, I am wanting to go forth, and through the clarity of my example I will uplift others to understanding that life is not just the way they think that it is, that there are other ways of looking at it. And so this little one came forth and was born in a glorious stable, surrounded by all of the peace of the earth, the animals, and a mother who embraced him and held him and nurtured him and fostered him and adored him. And as he came forth into that perfect environment, he loved this earth, and he remembered why he was here. And he said, I am here to make a difference. I am here that others may understand, as a result of my being here, that which they have not understood before. He gathered around him others who understood as he did, and the numbers grew, not large, but intense, those who understood as he did and began to seek as he sought. And then one day, when he realized that he had offered all that he could offer, that all of the positive that was to be received from him was received, he said, now I will re-emerge into the non-physical. And I will return again and 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 again through those physical beings who are as I am, lovers of life, seekers of growth and freedom and joy. And so, as we celebrate this glorious time of year, let us celebrate not this baby, but the energy or essence that is within us, that was within that one. Let us feel the power and the value and the joy, the love of life, the seeking of freedom and growth that was felt by that one. First-hand experience, not something regurgitated, not something read in a book that has been written long ago and rewritten so many times that it is not even as it was originally written. Let us live first-hand that energy, that essence. That is our story.
2 more minutes.
We've enjoyed very much this interaction. It is always exhilarating to come together with those who are on the leading edge of thought. Those who are collecting data. Oh, you are data collectors, are you not? It is fun, is it not? Chewing upon all of this data. Is it not exhilarating to recognize the option that you eternally hold, to look for the positive or the negative aspects in whatever? And is it not glorious to recognize that it exists in all things, and so you have the option in all things? Isn't it nice to know that there isn't something outside of you that is creating your experience, that you are the attractor of it? If there is one thing that we are wanting you to hear as a result of this gathering tonight, it is put the way you feel at the top of the list. And all other aspects of your life will fall into perfect alignment. Share a real Christmas this year with the energy that you know as Christ. You're wanting to know how to resonate with that? Be happy. Look for the positive aspects in all things. And feel the joy of that one shining and laughing and weeping with joy through your eyes.